Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Trademark Sports Podcast. Before we get into the episode, got a little bit of housekeeping to do. Anyone who missed out on the Supercoach Leagues, I apologize, but you can still get involved in the competition with us, and it'll be the two of us as well because we are running a tipping competition over on ESPN Footy Tips. Just look up, press join a comp and look up Trademark Sports, and it should come up. You'll see our logo. Make sure you get involved with that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can arrange a prize for the end of the season to the winner of top three, something like that. But without further ado, Dane, how are you, mate?
I am fantastic. I've had a great 4 day long weekend. Had the Friday off as well. So I've had today to recover a bit. I struggled, but now I'm back. I'm better. I'm ready to talk about some footy. Keen to get into it.
Let's go. So, what we're going to get into today, we're going to do the last of our player draft. So we're going to pretty much prime plays between 24 and 27, and there's so much talent. They're going to have two of the most ridiculous sides you've ever seen built. And then we're also going to we're going to start a new segment of top fives, and this week's going to be top five NRL duos. And then we're also going to chat a bit of footy news, and it's basically all just dog stuff. So if you're keen to get into it, Dano, let's start it.
Very keen. Do we have to do the draft? I'm sick of getting rinsed in the comments by people saying that yours is better and my team's shit. I'm getting over this. It's not good for me mental health. Do we have to do it?
Well, the only thing I can say is just be better. And because you're down 2-0, we're giving you the first pick again.
Thank you. I think it's only fair.
Yeah, I think we all can tell. We all know who it's going to be.
Yeah, I think we do know who it's going to be. I'm going to take a halfback. A player who's, I think is very good, one of the best in the game. And I'm going to take Tyson Gamble. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary, obviously.
Yes. Although Tyson Gambler, what a bloke. What a great player.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, Nathan Cleary, best player going around. I think it's a pretty easy pick. Now, I think for my first pick, I'm going to take probably the other big name, but I'm going to play him in a position he doesn't play at Clubland, but has elsewhere.
Does it start with a T?
Yes.
Is that what his name starts with?
Yeah. And ends with uh-oh. Nah, Tommy Turbo, give me him at center.
Tommy Turbo at center. Okay, yep. So I didn't have him there. I had him at fullback, but
I think because there's a couple other really good fullbacks, I want it. Anyway.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to take my 6 now, and I'm going to have a hectic halves combination. I take Nicho Hines at 5'8", please.
Yeah, not bad at all. Wait, confirm. You said Nicho Hines?
Nicho Hines, isn't
it? You've ruined my team.
That's the plan.
You could be 2-1 here.
Have I taken both your halfbacks now?
Yep. I'm now scrambling. Okay, righto. I suppose I'll take my fullback. I'm gonna take Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards, that's not a bad pick. He the fullback depth in this group is insane. I normally take 2 picks, my main pick and the backup. I had 4 picks. I had Dylan Edwards is in there, and good pick, Dylan Edwards.
Well, it's because of the extreme talent that he's sitting there in this age bracket. Once we're done, I'm going to talk about all the players that didn't make the cut, and it's just going to be insane.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
righto.
Yeah,
my pick.
You go. Yep.
I'm going to take me fullback, and I'm looking at 2 names here that I'm tossing up between. One's a New South Welshman, one's a Queenslander at fullback. I think I'm going to take Kalen Ponga.
Good pick.
It was him or Pappenhausen.
Yep. Anyway. So it was between him and Pappenhausen?
Yeah, my 4 fullbacks were Turbo, Ponga, Pappenhausen, and Edwards.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is that Pappenhausen's one of the especially when he's fit, one of the best players in the game. It didn't even make our draft.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
That's how good this age bracket is.
Because my head is absolutely rattled. What we're going to do is take a quick break so I can figure out who the hell I'm playing a halfback, and then we'll be back.
That's cheating.
All right, we're back. I'm picking my halfback, Jackson Hastings.
Good pick. Great pick. He's
Tell you what,
very
Jack,
good
he'll be
player.
filthy you didn't take him.
Yeah. What? I'm going to take him over Cleary? Like,
Oh, mate,
Jacko, I
family
love you,
ties.
but
Like, come on.
yeah, but I'm picking with me head here. I'm sick of getting beaten.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Jacko is too. That's why he left Tigers. Anyway, but
Yeah,
love a bit of
very good.
Tiger shade.
All right. Well, I'm going to take my number 9 then. Now to
Yep.
round out this insane spine and take Harry Grant at hooker.
Yeah, yeah. Not a bad pick at all. I'm gonna follow suit and take my number 9 as well. A guy that has just left the place that Harry Grant's playing at. Give me Brandon Smith.
He was my number 2. Yeah, very good pick. I think I was tossing up between picking him at like putting Brandon Smith in the 9 or in the 13 bracket.
Yeah,
But
there's some serious 13s too, though.
oh, speaking of locks, I'd like to take Cameron Murray,
Fuck.
please.
I'm in trouble here, people.
This is a good side.
Oh, look, I was going to take my 6 now, but you've already chosen your halves, so there's no point stressing there. I'm going to start building out my forwards. I don't know whether I'll just start my second row or my front row. I think, stuff it. Second row, give me Viliami Kikau.
Yeah, he was in my second row. Very good pick.
Right. Second row depth is seriously nuts.
Insane. This has got to be the best age bracket for second rowers, for sure, without question. Yeah, I think it's got to do with coming to a maturity in their footy level, in their mindset, and also I think reaching their physical peak.
Yeah,
and, sort of that's the biggest and the quickest and the strongest that they'll be, most powerful.
Well, you think
which is all real important in the back row.
Yeah, it's like even just like the development of the sports science over the last 10, 15 years that these guys have all been growing up with, playing with since they're 14, 15. Like when Ben Hunt and like those kind of older boys like Jadaria Highgroves are coming through, there's still a bit of old school footy feel about it. Where now it's all very science-based, modern, like even like players like Nathan Cleary, they're given a certain amount of kicks they can do per week. That stuff like that. Like they're just everything's so to a T and to a point where like they're just at peak athletic condition, and it's ridiculous.
100%. And like even in the gym, their power racks have got, when they squat and when they bench and that, they've got a sensor on the power rack that tells them how much torque and how much power that they're. I know they have that at the Dragons. I'm not sure about the other clubs. I imagine
that's sick.
If the Dragons have it, I'm sure every other club has it. But yeah, tells them all that, what they produce and what they've got to get to in their percentage and all that. Yeah. It's all very technical, science-based. It's really cool.
It's not just the data now that's like in the game's absolutely insane. Like there's people who have designated jobs to read data and just make like programs and stuff built off that. So it's just the way the game's heading is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, definitely. All right, my pick. I am going to take a front rower, and I'm going to take James Fisher-Harris, please.
Yeah, he has to be the first front row off the board for sure.
Best front rower in the game at the moment, in my opinion.
Yeah. I might take another quite handy front rower. I know is a guy that you absolutely love. Give me Ruben Cotter.
Oh, yeah, good pick. He was he actually wasn't my first choice for the other front rower.
Yeah,
he was my second choice, but I do love Ruben Cotter. I love Ruben Cotter. Good pick, good pick. All right, I'll take my other front rower then, and give me Patrick Carrigan.
Oh no! Righto.
Right, just took me a couple of rounds to warm up, but
yeah,
I'm
good thing it's best out of 3 and I still win. Right, I'm gonna start building keep building my back line. My center pairing is going to destroy whatever yours is. Give me Joey Manu.
Ooh, Joey Manu. Yeah, okay. He was one of my centers that I picked. So
best center in the comp.
He is the best player in the comp, arguably.
Yeah, well, he's a freak in 3 positions, so
he would be top 5 of the NRL in 3 positions.
Yeah, so I got absolutely roasted for this in TikTok comment sections. I 100% think he is top 5 fullbacks, top 5 5'8s, top 5 centers.
100%. 100%. He just hasn't played. If he played like full time in any of those positions, he'd be top 5, 100%.
Yeah. That's exactly like he came in, like just deputized at 5'8 against the Dragons and tore us to shreds. They scored 50 points. Like basically scored 40 points and a half when he was playing 5'8. And because he just turned it on.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd be measuring a game against the Dragons to say that he's.
Hey, we were winning at half time.
Righto. All right. Back to the draft. I'm going to take my other center now before you take him. Give me. Oh no, you've finished your centers, haven't you?
I have.
All right. Well, give me one center. Give me Trell Mitt.
Oh my god.
Oh, how's the look on his face?
I forgot him.
Ah!
How could
How'd
I
you forget Trell Mitt? Trell Mitt, bro. Nothing more, nothing less. Trell Mitt. What it do, baby?
Yeah. Look, I'm taking the L. That's okay. All right.
That's okay. That's all right.
Give me a winger, best winger in the comp, Brian Toto.
Yeah, good pick. That's all I can say. Very good pick.
Mm.
Very good pick. Righto, I might take a winger too. Give me Josh Adokar.
Yeah, he was definitely next best.
For sure.
All right. Now, give me another second rower. See, I think arguably now I've got potentially the best second row pairing in the comp too. Although he's probably going to fall off a cliff this year because of where he's going, but Isaiah Papali'i.
Yeah, very, very good pick. He was definitely on my page. He wasn't my top pick, but he's a very good player. He's been so good since he come to Parramatta.
Yeah,
and hopefully, I doubt it, but hopefully he'll continue that form at the Tigers.
All right, who are you choosing, mate?
All right, let's take a winger, my other winger. Give me Val Holmes on the wing.
Yeah, good pick. I had him in my centers, but yeah, that is a good pick.
I picked him in my centers originally, but then I decided I want to go for the center pairing of Latrell Mitchell and Joey Manu.
I thought, but then you
can't really get better than that. And that's okay. It's all right. I'll give you one.
I will take my other winger now. Give me a bit of Gerringong flavour. Ruben Garrick.
Good pick, Ruben Garrick. He was on my board too. Very good player. I had a Nari Tuala above him.
Oh,
but,
the GOAT. Can't forget the GOAT.
The GOAT. Nari Tuala. But he's probably at least the 15th best winger in the NRL. So, all right. All right. So I've got wings. I got another center. It's a good pick, not a great pick, not as great as I would like, but I'll take tossing up two names here. Yeah, I'll take CC for Talakai.
Over Katoni.
It was either him or it was them two.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why, but
Katoni bullied him when they played against each other.
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, because the week before was when Talakai scored 4 and then went up to Brisbane and got shut down
against Morgan Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Morgan Harper's football career. Anyway.
Right.
Anyway, I think what I've got to pick a 5'8" and a lock. I'll take my lock. I will get Victor, the Inflictor.
Yes, and I'm sure he'll do some inflicting on the football field this year. Probably off it too.
Oh, so I've got a
good pick
too. Yeah.
Do you?
Right.
All right. I've got 2 remaining. I think I've just got my back row to pick. I think.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Who did you take? You took Kickout and Papali'i. I'm going to take Angus Crichton.
Another one who was up there for me. He's so good at football.
He always seems like he never does. Like he never does anything crazy. Like they're not really talking headlines about him, but he just gets picked for these rep sides. And every game he's a freak. He was so good in the World Cup. He was so good for New South Wales. He's just an absolute footballer, just a complete football player.
That's it. I think that's why, like you say, you don't notice him, but it's just when he plays, every tackle he's crunching someone, every run he's pretty much like just bend the line. Like he just does everything at 110%. And I think that's just why, like the Roosters, especially like Trent Robinson and stuff, that's why they adore him. and especially like that's why he's built for Origin.
Yeah, for sure. And for Test footy, he's a very good player, Mr. Angus Crichton.
Okay,
All right,
so
your pick?
I'll take my second front rower. I'm gonna take between two guys for me. Well, I've got five guys sitting here looking at me, but I will take a guy I think is gonna have a huge year and step up. I mean he needs to. There's a lot of minutes available down there, so I'm gonna take Nelson Asofa Solomona.
Yeah, he was up there for me as well. He's a great pick. A very scary man.
Bro, imagine him running at ya. No, thank you.
Nah, how tall is he? What is he? 7'10"? He's
Close to.
What is he's nah? He's 6'8" or something. So
It'd be at least 2 meters,
fucking,
surely.
something fucking
And
stupid.
a bit of research.
It's not fair. I remember seeing that video of in Bali when he was standing up for Suliasi Vunivalu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh my God, imagine arms that long throwing uppercuts at you. Like, fuck,
So,
fucked.
According to the Melbourne Storm website, he is 200 centimeters tall and weighs 115 kegs.
Yeah, no, thank
Nickname,
you.
the Big Nasty. Yeah.
All right. So with my final pick now, give me Liam Martin in the other back row.
Another guy, like both your second rowers are just dogs, man. They just get like doesn't matter like if they're tackling you or they're running at you, you're getting like you are sore.
Hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't call him the Temora Terrier for nothing.
Exactly right. So and then to round out my team, we've got Daddy, or England's Daddy, Para's Daddy, Jerome Luai.
Oh, Jerome Luai. Yeah, good pick. Yeah,
So,
he was on my board too. He was between the other 6 5'8" that I was looking at.
Yeah. All right. So list your 1 through 13 for me, please.
Oh, with pleasure. All right. At fullback, Kalen Ponga. On the wings, Josh Addo-Carr and Valentine Holmes. In the centers, I got Latrell Mitchell and CSC for Talakai. The excellent halves pairing of Nico Hines and Nathan Cleary. The super strong forward pack of Patrick Carrigan and James Fisher-Harris with Harry Grant at hooker. A back row of absolute dogs with Liam Martin and Angus Crichton. And, Mr. Arousing himself, Cameron Murray. Oh, do you ever want to worry about announcing your side?
What a side, but I will because we're still getting the job done here. My 1 through 13, we got Dylan Edwards at fullback. On the wings, we got Brian Toto and Ruben Garrick. And then we've got in the centers, Joey Manu and Tommy Turbo. Like, yes, please. Halves of Luai and Jackson Hastings. Front row is Ruben Cotter and Nelson Asofa Solomona. Hooker is Brandon Smith. My back row, Kikau and Papali'i and Victor Radley is my 13. So 2 incredible sides there.
Well, one incredible side, one pretty good side. I let the fans decide which is which. But
righto.
watch in the comments. I'll still get rid somehow, and I'm going to look like a complete fuckwit talking this team up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll still get rid somehow in the comments about your team being better.
Well, let's just quickly go through some of the talent, like some of the names that I've got like listed here on my list that didn't make the cut, and you can add any of yours that like I don't say. But so we'll start from fullback, work our way down. Ryan Pappenhausen, Scott Drinkwater, AJ Brimson.
Yeah.
Like wingers, Nick Kotrick, Ravalawa. Centers, Katoni Staggs, Moses Sully. Both 5'8" that I had written down there got picked. Same with the halfbacks. Then front rowers, Moses Leota, Toby Rudolph, the Saifidi bros.
Yeah. I had so much trouble leaving them boys out, especially the Saifidi bros.
Yeah. And then hookers, Reed Marnie, Reece Robson, Jaden Brayley. Second rowers, Ola Kawatu, Kaloma Tupanua, Jai Arrow, Jaden Sewer, Britton Nakora, Tavita Pangai Jr. And then locks as well, Jack Bird and Connor Watson.
I think there is a reason why, this is the prime, calling it the prime draft. They're blokes in their prime.
It's like you've got a premiership winning team of the players we didn't pick.
100%. I was just like looking through the ages from 24 to 27. I'm just like every second name, superstar, superstar, superstar. And it's so hard to leave them boys out. You just want to take like a 30-man squad and fit everyone in there somehow. It's just, and just alternate the team every week and you'd still win the comp.
I think like what's exciting though is that in 5 years' time, the majority of these players will still be getting around. It's just like, which is so cool because they're already like freaks, and then give them 100 games plus more experience. Whew, it's gonna be some good footy played.
Scary to think about.
All right, so what we're going to get into now is a new segment here. I was just said in the intro, we're going to do top 5 NRL duos. Dana, I'll hand it over to you. What is your top 5 NRL duos of all time?
All right. So my top 5 NRL duos. At number 5, I've got Gordon Tallis and the Sin Bin. Really a pretty good duo. I think they were together a lot during their career, especially towards the end of Gordy's career when they started calling him the Asian Bull and the aging bull, and he started to started to go out there and try and prove while he was not the aging bull, he was still the raging bull, and he perhaps raged a little bit too hard. I'm sure Ben Ross has felt it. Righto, number 4, Wayne Bennett and Darius Boyd. Speak for themselves, obviously. Darius followed him everywhere.
Father and son combination there.
But yeah, father and son. Yep. So played obviously a lot of games together. So there, some would say the Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio of the NRL. I think. Well, that's what I'll say. All right, moving on. Joey and Matty, can't really get better than them two. They were terrific together at Newcastle.
Better than Lego.
And why did I not think to say that? Okay. Number 2, Cliffy and Beaver. Obviously, Beavers thought it was one of the best back rowers ever, and he was only good because of Cliffy. Without Cliffy, he would have been nothing.
That's outrageous.
That's not outrageous. It's
yes,
true.
It is. Beaver was still doing the damn thing after Cliffy was it gone.
No, I don't want to hear it. Beaver was only good because of Cliffy. Final.
Steve Menzies still scored a try in his last ever game in the NRL.
Beaver was only good because of Cliffy, and Cliffy was only good because of his Winnie Reds. So, there. All right, move on. Number one, rugby league duo, Fletch and Hindy.
Oh, of course.
Can you get any better than Fletch and Hindy? The weirdest combination on paper. A great underrated second rower and the good second rower, known as a bit of a party boy. I don't know. He just seems like a weird combo on paper, but somehow
it works so well.
As the best duo. Somehow.
I've just thought of an honorable mention for me because, I didn't even think about it, but actually, now I've thought of 2. Was it Bo Ryan and Bo Nose?
Yep.
And Darryl Broman and Small Talk.
That's good. What about, I just thought of as well, Bo Ryan and Benji Marshall when they're at the
Tigers together. True, of course.
They were besties.
So, all right, my top 5. Number 5, I got a duo that's sort of newish to the league, but definitely developing a very good, strong combination. And that's the West Tigers and Bottom 8 footy. They've what is it? They've been in a relationship now for over a decade
now, going strong.
And I mean, their team is improving, but it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. So hold that one, Tigers fans. Number 4.
Hold this.
Got a Manly duo again, and that's having a brother combination in the 13 and the 1. Unfortunately, this current one can't bring him a premiership, but we'll see if that changes. Under Seabold, not too likely. Number 3, again, I've got the father and son combination, Wayne and Darius. I mean, Darius just followed the bloody bloke everywhere. Was it Broncos, Dragons, Knights? Did pretty good for your Knights, Dana?
Yeah, actually, people don't realise that he took us to a grand final qualifier one year in 2013. And we got beaten by the Roosters, actually.
But you didn't do anything. You didn't win anything. So.
Yeah.
It's also not their fault, but anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah, and then Wayne left the club in ruins. So
it was Wayne. Tinkler's fault, not Bennett. But anyway.
Nah, I'll blame Bennett. Thanks.
All right. My number 2, Buzz Rothfield / Paul Kent, and just being salty, old, just terrible for rugby league. Less about that, the better. Fuck both of them. And
fuck both of them.
Dead set. Smile, be positive. It's not hard. Right. Now I got that off my chest. Number 1, Joey and Matty. As I said, better than Lego. How good is winning a premiership with your brother in the halves? Like, honestly, that own Newcastle. Oh, another Newcastle duo that I just forgot. And another honorable mention, Kalen Ponga and Connor Watson. Holy shit, did they just do a number on Newcastle while they were there?
God, they were hot. They were so good looking. I cried for 3 days when Connor Watson left the Knights. They just not because of what he brought on. He was great on the field, but I just worried about Kalen. I worried about how he was going to deal with it. He must just be heartbroken. The poor, God, they were fucking hot together.
Oh yeah,
all of them.
Those 257 photos of them just like next to the pool, like, at the back, whatever, with their shirts off. God damn!
Just get your gear off, boys. How good.
Okay, now let's just quickly talk a little bit of footy news. Mitch Moses, there's been some revelations with his signature. He's pretty much like the main marquee player that hasn't like re-signed or signed a new deal. The Bulldogs have pulled out probably because Laundy were like, well, look, we can't pull too many dodgies. We can't get him across the line. But where do you think he's off to now? Do you reckon he stays at the Eels? Is that what you see happening? Or like, do you see there's like a little club up on the north of Brisbane that haven't even used all their salary cap up? Do you see him going up to Redcliffe?
Not really. I can't see him leaving Parramatta. I think Parramatta are got a side at the moment who still have the potential to win the comp, possibly. I think that window is closing rapidly and probably closed a lot after last year, now with the loss of Marnie and Papali'i. But I personally don't think he'll be able to let go of the idea of winning Parramatta their first premiership since, 1802? 1986.
Yeah.
Can
Parra afford him though? Like, they've just re-signed Brown. I know the salary cap's increased, but he's still asking for $1 million.
Is he worth $1 million?
No,
he's not.
I think if you're paying $1 million for someone, it's someone who's proven and won a comp. Like, he's still not proven in the big games.
No, he's not. And he tried his best in Origin, but can you tell me we wouldn't have been better having
Adam Reynolds there?
Adam Reynolds and Cody Walker in the halves together.
Exactly.
That still makes me dirty to this day that we didn't take them to. But you live and you learn, you move on.
And then I suppose the other team that we haven't spoke about, West Tigers. What do you think? What do you think about a reunion of Mitch Moses and the West Tigers? Do you really see that happening?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it ended pretty badly. Like, they were like, well, we want to go with Luke Brooks over you, and they still obsessed with that bloke for some reason. As I said, but Tigers and bottom 8 footy, they're just a match made in heaven.
I can't understand, like, Luke Brooks. I'm sure he's a great player on his day, but there is a dark cloud hanging over him and the West Tigers, and the sooner he gets away from that club, it'll be better for his footy, and it will be better for the Tigers as well. Like,
I agree.
I honestly cannot understand prioritizing him over Hastings. I can't work it. He was at his best. People were going, "Oh, Brooks is back. Brooks is back." When Hastings was at 7, and he was at 6.
Because it let him actually play footy and breathe and just go out there and have fun. Because Jacko was just organising everything.
And then they moved him. They moved Jacko to 13, and then suddenly it all went back on Brooks' shoulders, and the Tigers went to shit downhill again. Yeah, it's just I don't know what they're thinking. He's got nude pictures of someone somewhere.
Yeah,
Justin Pascoe. He must. I can't understand it. It perplexes me, and that's nothing against Luke Brooks. That's just a lot against the Tigers. But
yeah, of course.
It just blows my mind.
And the price tag he's on as well definitely doesn't help. Like, he's on a lot of money.
Is he on $1 million or 900 or something?
I'm pretty sure it's the reported figure is quite close.
But what has he accomplished? What has he done to earn?
Actually, he won Dally M Halfback of the Year in 2018 when he didn't deserve it. So cop that.
Well, but what has he brought to the club?
Bottom 8 footy.
Bottom 8 footy.
They haven't made the final since he debuted.
Yeah, so let's fucking pay him $1 million, and it's just
it's one of the worst run organizations ever. Like, sporting organizations going around.
Makes my blood pressure rise. I can't.
You're not even a Tigers fan.
Nah, it's just frustrating.
So next thing I want to get on to is KARL. I'm gonna butcher his last name again. OLAOPU, basically probably the best young half coming through, like in the country. To the doggies, what do you make of that? Do you think like he's because it looks like they're gonna have to develop a seven
Yep.
because like this the salary cap pressure. Do you think he could be the answer to doggies' problems and bring them a premiership in a couple of years' time when he's ready to take on that responsibility?
Oh, it's hard to say, really. I haven't really watched much of the young bloke play, but there's a possibility for it. I think it would help to have another half there who was older. Obviously, you got Burton, who's young
Mm.
as well, and he's a great player. I think it would help. Mate, I don't know what coaching staff they've got there. Hopefully, they've got a half there who's sort of older, and can sort of just guide him through in the first grade. I'm sure they've got, I know they've got a few sort of older boys there, so
Mm.
hopefully they can just guide him through, and hopefully Burton will take a bit of pressure off him, and you know what I mean. He won't feel like he has to bear the weight of the team on his shoulders if he's playing halfback. If you
Well,
know
that's
what
the
I
other
mean.
thing. So his primary position is six, but can play
Oh,
both
okay.
positions of the halves. Do you think maybe as Burton develops in his career, he could step in and take the seven? Because he pretty much runs that team anyway. It's just wearing a different number.
Possibly. I remember when Burton first debuted. I think, and and they were talking after James Maloney moved on from Penrith whether they were going to bring Luai or Burton through. And I remember when I
Mm.
first saw Burton, I thought he was more of a halfback. That was just my opinion. So I think, yeah, there's definitely a possibility that he could move into halfback as he progresses and gets older in his game.
Yeah, I think like either of those players, honestly, like they're both super talented, and like I hope because did you know like the Bulldogs paid 500K like release clause kind of transfer fee to get him out of Brisbane. That's how much like everyone rates his kid, and
Really?
how's like these anti-Dolphins clauses getting in contracts. So the Broncos had a said you can negotiate with any club apart from the Dolphins, which is the same thing that the Warriors had with Reece Walsh.
Yeah, I don't understand what they've all got against the Dolphins. Give the little
Yeah,
fellas a chance. Like it's their
I
first year in
know.
the comp. I honestly reckon it's a shit go. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it should be allowed.
That's
I don't think you
exactly
should be
exactly
allowed
what
to
I
have a
thought when I
clause in your
saw it. I was like,
contract.
how's it even okay?
Like it's a stipulation in a player's contract, but it doesn't just affect the player; it affects another team.
Yeah, like the
So
whole organization. And you think like, surely wouldn't the Rabbitohs or the Roosters put that in all their players' contracts when they hate each other? But the amount of players that bounce between the two clubs is ridiculous.
yeah, 100%. I don't understand how it's legal. I don't think it
Yeah,
should be either,
I
especially
agree.
not for a team that's brand new to the comp, trying to develop. Like we
Yeah,
all want a strong competition, and we want the 17th team to be competitive and have good players
exactly.
in it. We don't want to watch them get flogged and sit in the bottom eight for the next 10 years.
It's
And
like it's
you know what
hard
I
enough
mean? We
for them
we
to
want to see
sign
them do
players as
well.
it is.
Yeah. Don't be dogs. Just help the poor little fellas out. Like shit go.
All
Shit
right.
go, in my opinion.
Last thing I want to talk about before we end this podcast, something that you're not going to want to talk about. One of your boys has been rumored to go big. He's toured the Dogs facility. A guy that I think the Knights definitely should just re-sign. Say, what do you want? Keep him there. Dom Young is rumored to be looking at other potential suitors. What do you make of that?
I've heard it, and I've got to be honest, I can't blame the bloke. Like,
Mm.
as much as I love the Knights, why won't they re-sign him? Like, re-sign the bloke. He showed his talent in the World Cup. He's shown what he's done in his last few games for Newcastle. Like, how hard can it just? He's a winger. Like, you don't have to pay fucking overs for him. Just pay him enough to stay. It's just, I can't blame him really. Newcastle's done a lot of good with their recruitment this year, but that is one thing I can't understand.
Yeah,
Not trying to retain Dominic Young as a major priority.
I agree. And when you've got clubs that are like usually like, well, a couple of clubs usually at the top end of the league, like the Roosters, the Rabbitohs, looking at his signature, and then club that's brought in a bunch of really good NRL heads and are building something quite special, like over at Belmore, looking at him, like surely the Knights clue on and go, oh, we might actually want to re-sign this guy. But as well, maybe I'm thinking there could be some salary cap pressure at the Knights because I did read today that they're still paying David Clemmer 400K a year.
Yeah,
Plus, you got
I
the
don't,
Jackson
yeah.
Hastings wage and like coming in and that sort of thing. Ponga's now $1 million bucks.
He's on good money. Yep. Which is fair. They're the kind of blokes you want to pay big money for, your spine players.
I imagine Frizzell's still be on a pretty decent pay packet. Saifidi bros wouldn't be cheap.
Yeah, they would be on. And they deserve
Grabbing
it.
best Dan Gagai.
Yeah, it's a good point, but you need good wingers. Like I know we've got the greatest player to ever play the game on one wing, and Nari Twala, but we probably won't. We'll have Dom Young and Greg Marju, but if we can keep Dom Young, but
and if Greg Marju can make a tackle, that'd be good too.
What do you think Young's worth? What do you think would be a good?
Well, I tend to agree with a lot of the older blokes, the experts sort of saying is that a wing is almost more valuable to your team than a center nowadays. Like, there's not really any specialist kind of centers, and like the winger, because they just like truck so much nut, like make so many meters and stuff like that, pretty much extra forwards these days, as well as have the athletic ability to finish off chances and be good like, under the high ball. It's like there's a lot more skill set now to the winger than there used to be, rather than just being like a small, quick bloke. I still think like 500k max for a winger, unless it's Brian Toto, and because like you are paying a bit for potential with Dom Young, maybe 300, 350.
Yeah, okay. I thought around 400. That was
yeah.
my
See, I think like that's pushing up. Like I'd still be happy. Like if I was as a Dragons fan to bring him in, and I heard it's on 400k, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, 400k is nothing ridiculous, but you'd think we'd be able to find 400k. So just do a third-party deal. The Roosters and do something dodgy. The Roosters and Melbourne do it all the time.
Just give him like 2% of West Lee's club profits for the year or something stupid like that.
Yeah, buy him a boat. I don't know. Do something for him. Freaking hell. Just keep the bloke at the club. Yeah. Do something real dodgy. Lots of brown paper bags. Just bring up Uncle Nicky Politis and ask him how it's done. He'll
exactly. Right. Well, I think it's a decent place to end on a nice Dano rant. So thank you guys for listening to this week's podcast. Again, trying to get our YouTube to 1,000 subs before the season starts. So if you enjoyed the episode and you're not subscribed, just do it. And then also join our tipping comp as well. So if there's anything else you want to say, Dano?
Yeah, and just make sure everyone in the TikTok comments gets on there and lets Tyson know that his team sucks and my team's the best. Please, I need this for my mental health and my confidence, just so I can get out of bed in the morning. I can't handle another loss. Please.
Oh my God, the sob story. Jeez, he's pulling out all the stops. So just let the bloke win. I still win overall 2-1, so just give it to him. Right.
Please.
That's enough from us. Thanks for listening, watching, and thanks for support. We'll see you again next week.
See yous.